Double SS incident. Incident? What do they mean by this? So like what? They double SS'd. So it's OD 9.3, okay? It's 8.02 stars. The entire Grand Side audio delay? That's awful. Oh no.
Who will be able to capitalize? Will it be a tie?
Wait, why is it offset by like 2 degrees? Was this on the Twitch stream? Or was this like... What the fuck?
Will we actually have that into the final section, Zio? No mistakes. Double S is still intact. Here we go. This is the round table. Oh my goodness! It's spin to win! Spin to win! It's a tie! It's a tie!
Oh my
they
God.
tied! They tied! Oh my lord!
So let's unpack this, okay? 240 BPM, CS4 OD 9.3. This as a map is like as generic as it can be for an 8-star map, right? I am not surprised that this map saw at least 1 SS in bracket. This isn't a grand finals pool, by the way. This is a grand finals pool. This is so much easier than the COE grand finals pool, considering that was like maybe 8.6 stars. This is like 7.7 for a pool. This is an entire star rating easier. So with that in mind,
What on earth? I believe that means...
also
Again.
Dolan face reveal. Okay.
Here we go
again.
OS. Here we go.
We may just have to pray
Spin to
for
win.
a spin to win.
Do people know, by the way, that there is a cap on spinners in laser? You have a maximum score you can get from a spinner in laser. That's why they tied. There is one spinner with a 100 score cap, and there is one spinner with a 250 score cap, I think. It might even just be one spinner at the end with 250 bonus score and a 100 point for completing the spinner. Depends on the OD. Yeah, but there is still a score cap for spinners.
It's Emrek and Rectagon. Make some noise for the end of the
Spin to win! Spin to win!
Notice, right? Notice how it goes up to 250 and stays there.
Here, Emrek and Rectagon. Make
to
some
win.
noise for the end of the
Spin to win!
If I skip through the frames, 250. Bing, bing, bing.
Win! Who's gonna take it? Another tie! They did it again! They did it again!
Why was it made like that? So spinners are fairer.
Ties on Nomad 5! We are stuck in a loop in Las Vegas on Nomad 5!
That's fucking awesome, by the way. Like a double tie.
This
A
might
double
be
tie.
worse for your health than gambling at this point, folks. I just...
Max is out at 250, but you still get extra 250s from spinning. No, that's not how it works. That is your amount of bonus score from the spinner. 250. Like, Rectagon reaches it first, and any extra spinning doesn't matter. Doesn't stable spinner cap out at 1k? No, because the way that works is it adds extra 1ks for every spin. So you can go indefinitely on a spinner, but on a laser spinner, it's capped. Okay, does it...
both spun the exact same amount twice.
And the fun part about that, Dolan, is that Laser actually removed the spin cap. So you can spin above 477 now on Laser, and they're still tying.
They're still tying.
They don't know.
You need
They don't know about the
Excon
score
level
cap.
spinning skills here to break this tie. But here we go. Third time's the charm in the bracket reset. No mod 5.
Oh, miss! Oh, miss directing on early on, and that might just be it. That genuinely might just be it. Already a 50 combo into the map.
Oh
from the
man,
Nomad
that
Will
must
there
feel
be- will there be a
awful
miss?
at
Will
the
there be a
break.
surprise?
You have to
Shotgun
hope
twist in
your
store for
opponent
us. We're
misses
halfway through
when
it
they
here.
have a
So
4 for
composed on the
4
double
FC
S.
rate
It's just
with
hard to
fewer
counter this out of
100s
him.
than they have
Rectagon doing
FCs.
everything he can.
Just think about
But
that for a
he's at
second.
the mercy
Fewer
of Emrek
100s
now.
than they have FCs.
But Emrek will drop a cumulative 2 100s on 5 plays on this map. 5 full combos in a row.
What I do want to talk about with this clip is the map pool was around about 7.7 stars, average difficulty, I would say, like equivalent to just a normal generic aim map. We haven't seen a Grand Finals map pool that low star rating for this high caliber of players in maybe 6 years. The last time we saw something like this was late 2019, I think. Maybe even before that, maybe even 7 years. That was the last time people were getting FCs in on this sort of thing in Grand Finals, right? Here's my question. a map pool like this, is this cooler than a dumbass, dummy thick skill cap map pool? That's my question. Stuff like this can happen on a map pool that is this low star rating, right? It is a consistency battle. And over 3 plays of this map, there was only 1 player who FC'd it 3 times, right? Because here's the thing, right? Once you start pushing towards skill cap, the players who have the skill cap are going to naturally bubble to the top. But the players who can be consistent, like, they just go and go and go and go and FC map, FC map, FC map within their comfort range, this sort of tournament is going to provide for them. And that it's going to open up to the lower rank players who don't have the skill cap. So, which is more exciting? This sort of act battle, this sort of, the tension was there for 9 straight minutes. You had no idea who was going to win over 9 straight minutes. You had maybe a clue when Rectagon missed really early, but then you're watching the chase down, right? Is literally breathing down Emmeric's neck. Rectagon missed at the first 3 seconds of the map and everyone knew it's going to be GG. No, everyone thought it was going to be GG. But how do you know? You don't know. You can't predict the future. You don't know if Emmeric's going to miss on this at random. Because Rectagon missed on this at random. It was completely at random. Like, look at the miss. It was that I'm pretty sure. So hits. Misses at random. Probably mistapped. No, if you look at what happens, his cursor is outside the circle there. He missed. But now he has to do it again, and you've got that tension throughout the entire map of, does he do it again? That's the thing, because a miss at any point, it was 50 combo in for Rectagon, and a miss at any point, not even, it was 47 combo. Wonder if Emeric could tell that Rectagon missed at that point because of crowd/caster reactions? Yes, he absolutely could, trust me. But dude, like, going 3 for 3 on something like that is crazy work. So, like, from a crowd perspective, this sort of thing is wild. You get this sort of reaction. When you take the star rating down by a full peg, you get this sort of tension. You get the ability for ties to happen, especially on laser with the spinner score cap. What you sacrifice is the pop-off, like, skill cap showcases from people. And is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? I think there is a balance to be had. I think the pool could have been about 8 stars, 8.2 stars, and you still would have got stuff like this. I think the grand finals pool in this tournament was a little bit easy, but I don't think it should have been any harder than like 8.1 if you wanted a moment like this. The other thing is, you start not knowing who is going to win because it's down to consistency. Right? It's down to consistency on the day instead of being down to who has the best skill cap. Because the best skill cap player will always win in that situation. You can't have a situation where 2 players have the skill cap for the pool and who is more consistent on the day. It doesn't happen. That's why COE was pretty much the Emeric show, right? That's why there was only 1 double FC at COE, and it was Emeric versus Krilla. So there's my question, guys. Are we putting map pools that are too hard into tournaments? What do you think? Question is, should consistency determine who's more skilled in a tourney scenario? Well, it obviously determined who was more skilled in this tourney scenario. Emrek won, Rectagon second, Zutinator third. Like, is that not the exact podium that you would be expecting from a tournament like this? It obviously worked. It's like, talking about making a show, obviously it's about consistency. Well, then, yeah. So, are pools too hard? Adaptability also plays a role, especially in events like these when you have to play on a new setup. Be real with me. Be so for real with me right now. The amount of LAN tournaments that have happened and the amount of times adaptability has ever played a role, it's a non-factor at this point. Tournament had pretty good setups too. I mean, you had to move from the setups to the stage to play this, right? That's the other thing. You had to be consistent across multiple setups. And it is the exact players you would expect that are being consistent across multiple setups. LAN is entirely different, yes, but LAN is the same. LAN does not have as much of an impact as anyone would like to let you believe. There's a Reddit post on this, and general sentiment is people prefer difficult pools. Yeah, but this is Reddit, right? This is Reddit. People like posting, like, X player popped off. Maybe it's cool, not too ISR. That was, like, the most fun match to watch ever. Don't like the implication you can just stay at a certain skill cap to do well in tournament, to be honest. People that are saying that don't get it, I'm afraid. The trouble is, to be good in tournaments and to be consistent on every skill set, you need overhead. You need to be better than the maps you're playing. So the fact of the matter is, the best players are still going to get to the top of tournaments because they are just better. Like that 8-star map, this map is trivial for these guys. It's trivial because both of them can play up to 270 or more, both of them can aim 9 stars or more, and both of them can read AR 10.5 or more. It's completely trivial, and that's why they can be this consistent on it. When people say, I don't like you can stay at a certain skill cap to do well in tournament, obviously not, because tournaments just keep getting harder. Truth is in between should be like 0.3 to 0.5 harder. I'd agree with that. It should have been harder. It absolutely should have been harder. But I also think the tournament scene at the moment has maps that are too hard. It got out of control at some point, and people just started waiting for the next 9-star Pog moments hype and aura plays in tournament. Easier pools meaning more intense match and also allow more players to compete. Yeah, they allow players to compete and feel like they're doing well, but at the end of the day, the best players are still going to win. That's the be-all and end-all. The best players are still going to win. The best teams are still going to win. And that's a fact. That is how it goes. You would see a few more upsets, maybe, but the best players will still win. Maybe a map pool should have both very hard and accessible maps. Every skill set represented in a pool should be a general average difficulty around about the same. Otherwise, you bias the pool towards someone else. Or one of the two teams, one of the two players, like, it starts getting biased. The pool, yeah, this guy's right. The pool was too easy for a grand final. The pool was 100% too easy for the grand final. Messed up the pooling made... Huh? No, these people don't get it. I'm sorry. The Reddit users don't get it. It's an interesting discussion to be had. I think it needed to be had at some point soon. Because we're getting way too far away from where consistency matters. And it all becomes skill cap. Which sucks. It really sucks. Like, people were seeing... I'm gonna, like, toot my own horn a little bit here. People were seeing this in 2019.
Right.
Like, oh my fucking god, it's... No shot, dude. No shot. Ah, holy. But people were seeing this sort of thing back in 2019. Like, this is a 7.4 star map pool.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's to wobble. Let's do it.
Like, this sort of thing.
What? Faxi drops a single 100. Spin to win? No.
Oh
Faxi
my goodness.
does it.
Look at that.
Oh my goodness. Well, it looks like Vaxe just... Oh my god, he really worked hard for that.
So, like, this is kind of right where it needs to be. We kind of had it dialed in 2019. Because there was still space for stuff like this.
Right now.
Like, come on, there's still space for stuff like this. Because the average difficulty of the map pool was so flat. And then look at this. It happened again. The more consistent player won. And because he had this much higher skill cap, he was able to put up a lower accuracy and FC. Why do you think they creeped up the difficulty in tourneys in the first place? For the draw of the star rating. Like, they could go full on the marketing of, like, watch these top players play these 7.6 star, 8.6 star maps. Like, nah, man. Do you think tiebreakers should be full flavor and encompassing most skill sets like they usually do now? Okay, that's a different topic. But we're getting away from the point. We're getting away from the main point. Which is, map pools in grand finals, in tournaments in general, are just too difficult now. Need to be taken back like half a star rating. The best players, the best teams will still win, but it will be more of a spectacle. It'll be more of a show. That's my take on this. That's my take. Thought Jen's arms was pretty balanced. There was a lot of A